LEGO themselves described this set like this: with head-turning design. But does it live up to that description? Let's find out. Hello all, I'm Josh. This is Josh Build Stuff, and today we're talking about the all-new LEGO Technic Bugatti Bolide. This set was just released in January 2023. It contains 905 pieces and costs $50 here in the US. Once again, LEGO has taken a very complex-looking supercar or hypercar and turned it into a small-sized LEGO Technic set. Again, this is the Bugatti Bolide, a supercar that I had never heard of before purchasing this set. I'm pronouncing it Bolide because that's how this guy pronounces it, and he seems much fancier than I am.
The Bugatti Bolide.
The manufacturers themselves say driving this car is like riding on a cannonball, which I like because it reminds me of Jules Verne's From the Earth to the Moon, where they literally propose a plan to get to the moon by riding on a cannonball. They end up going with a cylindro-conical shell instead of an actual cannonball, but I digress. My initial thoughts: I really want to like this set. However, I am spoiled. Why am I spoiled? Well, I'm a white male American who grew up in a middle-class family. But I'm also spoiled because, as you may be able to see behind me, I have a couple of the larger LEGO Technic 1/8 scale supercars, and at this smaller scale, it's a little harder to be impressed. I think that's kind of the overarching theme. They have traded detail for scale. They've given us a smaller, more affordable model, but it doesn't look quite as good. However, this isn't entirely LEGO's fault, except for in the fact that they themselves decided to model an incredibly complex looking car and make it very small and make it out of Technic parts. However, I think LEGO did about all they could with what they had, because this Bolide itself, it is at the far end of the spectrum of crazy looking supercars. I think it's not even a car that's made yet, it's just a concept car. Let's take a look at how this model compares to the real thing in a segment we're calling Accuracy Check. Oh, well, not quite there. I see what LEGO was going for, but it's, yeah, okay. Now, with all of that being said, I'm actually very glad that LEGO chose this car to model, because it is actually very cool when you learn about it. Bolide in French literally means fast car. A little on the horseshoe-shaped nose, wouldn't you say? Only 40 of these cars are going to be produced in real life, and so this LEGO Technic version is the only version that any of us will ever own. The real cars are going to cost over $4 million, which makes the $50 price tag of this LEGO model not seem so bad. The real car will have like 1600 to 1800 horsepower. That's quite the stampede, but I guess horses are more Ferrari's thing. Bugatti is, I think it was like a French guy in the 1800s? And the top speed of this car will be over 300 miles per hour, which, to put in perspective, if I could drive that speed for 1 hour straight, I could almost make it out of the state of Texas. It's big here, yo. I know it sounds like I'm being critical. That's only because, well, I am. But there's actually a lot I like about this car. LEGO managed to cram a lot of functionality into this mid-sized model. We've got real working scissor doors. The hood opens, the 16 pistons fire as the car drives forward and backwards. It's got real working steering controlled from a little gear on the top. And it's not a bad color scheme, if I say so myself, and I do. And it does all of this while maintaining a small size, a sturdy design, and a relatively accurate look. That gets a 10 out of 10 in my Kelly Blue Book. Now, I don't like to complain, but I also wouldn't have said that if I wasn't about to, right? It'd be weird. It'd be like, I don't like to complain, and so I'm not going to. Thanks for watching. No, I don't like to complain, but here are some complaints that I know others have. This set has way too many stickers for its scale. I understand to get decals and logos and that kind of thing, but it seemed like every other step you were stopping just to apply a sticker. I would say we want more printed parts, but the couple of printed parts that are on this set, well, they don't quite match the colors of the actual molded parts. LEGO still won't make slick tires, yet they insist on making more and more vehicles which only use slick tires. And regarding the design, the combination of all these different sized and shaped, vaguely wing-like Technic plates overlapping randomly kind of makes the final build more closely resemble a pile of scrap metal than the luxury car it's meant to be. And I don't think Bugatti would like their vehicle being referred to as such. But in the end, it doesn't even matter, mostly because this is the only version of this car that any of us will ever own, or probably see with our own eyes for that matter. But here's the key. It's not a key to a Bugatti, this is a key to a 2018 Dodge Grand Caravan with fold flat second and third row seating, and it's got remote start, which is a must for those Texas summers, but once again, I digress. Here's the key to enjoying these mid-sized Technic sets. Take them for what they are and don't expect them to be perfect representations of the cars they're meant to represent. My 5 and 3-year-old walked into my office after I had completed this build, and you know what they said? They said, "Dad, that looks nothing like a Bugatti Bolide." And I said, "It's pronounced Bolide." No, they said, wow, Dad, that's a cool car. Can I play with it? They don't care what it looks like. They care that it seems pretty cool. And I think some of us should have some of that same perspective sometimes. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to enjoy this car for what it is. It does look great on display. It was a lot of fun to build, and it's only $50, which I think it is absolutely worth that price. This set and others like it bring to mind some questions which I will now share with you. Like, why does LEGO choose to create so many intricately detailed vehicles at this scale using Technic instead of LEGO System? Does LEGO believe there's a larger overlap between LEGO Technic fans and supercar enthusiasts, and so that's why they choose to produce these vehicles using Technic instead of System? And doesn't the rise in popularity of certain themes like Speed Champions and Creator Expert vehicles kind of disprove that theory? And here's the question of the day that I will leave you with. Would you have rather seen this same vehicle created at this same scale using LEGO System bricks instead of Technic? Leave a comment down below. As always, I've been Josh, reporting to you from the BBBBB in the Big Beautiful Bugatti Bolide Broadcasting Network, and I'll see you next time.